Hey there, it's Ian from Clerk. This video is going to cover how to set up our movie emoji quiz app built with Fauna and Remix. If you want to build the full tutorial from scratch, check out the link in the description. Otherwise, just follow along with me. The first thing we're going to do is create a new Clerk application. Let's give our application a name. Go with Movie Emoji Quiz. We're going to choose email address and username as identifiers. We're going to go with passwordless authentication strategy. I'm going to leave Google checked as a social login provider. Click Finish. Now that the Clerk instance has been created, we're going to tweak a setting. Let's go into User and Authentication, Email Phone Username, find the Username section. Click on the gear icon. Although we want to require usernames, we don't want users to be able to sign in with them. So let's uncheck this toggle, click Continue, and then click Apply Changes. Now navigate over to the API Keys section. Take a note of your API key here. We'll be using this shortly. Let's go over to the GitHub repo. We're going to clone the code URL. Open your terminal, git clone, paste the URL, and give the directory a name of Movie Emoji Quiz. Change into the directory. Install the dependencies with npm install. And take a look at what files are in this directory. You can see there's a .env.example file. We're going to copy this file into a .env without the extension. Now let's open up this directory in our code editor. You can see here that there are 3 Clerk environment variables we need to set. Let's go back to our Clerk dashboard, copy the front-end API key, paste it here. Backend API key, click Show Key, and then copy. And finally, the JWT verification key. Copy that. Paste it here. Save the file, and that's all the settings we need for Clerk. We can go back to our terminal. I'm going to open up a new tab, npm run dev, to spin up the Remix dev server. It's going to open on localhost port 3000. You can now see our Clerk signup form already here, ready to go. Now that we have Clerk authentication set up with our Remix application, we're going to set up Fauna. Go to the Fauna dashboard and click on Create Database. We'll give this the name of Movie Emoji Quiz and choose Classic as the region group. Click Create. We're going to create our first and only collection. Give it the name of Challenge. Click Save. In order to quickly seed this collection with data, we're going to use FQL, the Fauna query language. Don't worry if you've never used it before. You can just copy the snippets provided with this video. So within the shell, we're going to paste this FQL function here. This is going to map over movie emoji challenges and seed the data into the challenge collection. Click Run Query. We can validate that the collection is now populated here. You can see all of our example data. Next, let's navigate to the Functions tab, and we're going to write a couple of FQL functions that will be used by our Remix application. Click on this new function. We're going to give this function a name of getChallenges. We can clear out this example function body. And I'm going to copy in this first query here. This gets all of the challenges and merges the data together. Click Save. We're going to create a second function. We're going to call this function getChallengeById. Does what the name suggests, and it is able to fetch a particular challenge based on its ID. Paste the snippet. Click Save. We can validate that these functions run by using the shell. I'm going to clear out what's here now. You can call getChallenges, click Run. And you can see our data comes back. Now that we have our collection populated with some challenge examples and our FQL functions for retrieving that data, we're going to integrate Clerk as the authentication provider for our Fauna database. Let's navigate to the Security section, click on Roles, and New Custom Role. We're going to call our role user, and we're going to add the challenge collection to it. We're going to give both read and create permissions. We're also going to add both of the FQL functions we created and give call permissions for both of them. Click on Save. Now we're going to add a new access provider. We'll call it Clerk. We're going to copy this audience URL here. We'll go back to the Clerk dashboard, navigate to JWT templates, click on New Template. You can see we have a Fauna template right here. Click on that. We're going to leave the name as Fauna and leave these default values. Down in the claims, you can see this audience claim right here. We're going to paste in that audience URL. We're going to copy the issuer URL here. Go back to Fauna, paste that in. We're going to do the same for the JWKS endpoint. Copy that, paste that here. We're going to set user and click Save. Now let's go ahead and make sure we click Apply Changes to save this template. Now we can go back to our application, sign in with Google. You can see I'm prompted to fill out a username because we marked that as a required field. Click Sign Up. Now I come into the application and you can see our challenges have been populated. You can see I can guess the movie here. Lucky guess. You can also submit new challenges yourself. All right. You can see I now submitted this challenge. So if you guess incorrect, you can reveal the answer. We can also validate that this challenge we submitted has been added to our Fauna database. Let's go back into Fauna, go to our collection. You can see that our challenge is right here. And we have this unique user ID that is provided by Clerk, which associates our user information with the submitted challenge. Thanks for following along with this video. Ready to try out Clerk? Click the link in the description to take you to our homepage to learn more about Clerk and sign up for a free account. For questions and feedback, reach out to me on Twitter @DevChampIan. See ya!